beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Crone Zone Conversations with the Ancients. My name's Priscilla. This is my fellow crone, Heather, and we have Valerie from Illumination Portal today.
Hi.
Yay, Valerie. Thank you so much for being here.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for having me every month. I love it. I love coming to visit.
Oh, we
You
love
know.
having you too, girl. We're going to talk about the Sturgeon
Ooh.
Full Moon and the
Yeah.
Lionsgate Portal today.
Yeah.
But first, let's say hey, hi to everybody in the chat room.
Yeah.
Sunsaki Jean's here. Sounds like
Hi.
she's cleaning today. And Teresa's here, and Janet C. and Akila. Hey, everybody. Hey, Jay. Mary Ellen, Micah got us. Thanks for being here, you guys. I'm
I
sure
love.
Valerie has tons to let us in on for what we need to
Ooh,
know.
I don't know about y'all.
Warrior girl.
Whew, whew, whew. Hi everyone. I'm just so glad everybody's here. I just love everyone's energy. I always
You
have to
and me
say that
both.
because oh
Hey,
my god,
Marilla.
I
Okay, I
know.
want to. Can I read something that I pulled? This I always pull a card for every show. And
Yes.
before we get started, we're not reading cards today. We never do when we have guests like this. But I wanted to read this one because it is collaborative dreaming. That's the card. It's from Sacred Rebels Oracle. Let me see if I can get rid of this for a sec and show you the card. It's just beautiful. And it has a woman in several different positions on it. And it says, your heart is big enough to dream not only for yourself, but for a new humanity. Imagine a world that is healed with respect, understanding, and with community that fosters life. Even your dreams that relate to you alone will contribute positively to the greater good because that is the nature of your heart. Your heart naturally and intelligently cooperates in a grand scheme of loving creativity, working to heal the hearts of the world. The heart creates win win situations that benefit the individual and the collective. Woohoo! I thought that was a great card for today because of all the information coming in from
Oh
Lionsgate.
my god, it's
Notice those are
perfect
the three women.
Aquarius. It's
Oh
perfect
yeah,
for.
and these are the maiden mother crone on the back of this
Oh
Sacred
no,
Rebels Oracle. This is the
no.
one I normally use just for me, but for some reason I was called to pull it today. So cool.
Um,
Hey, Wiki.
and all that you just said on that card is exactly the age of Aquarius. How we feel, how we're coming in to how we're bringing that age in, because it's all of us bringing that age in with all of our energy. And it, let's say this again. It doesn't matter if you're sitting at home just sending love out.
Hmm.
That is more than a lot of the people that aren't awake are doing, and that is what's helping this energy vibration raise. Individually we raise our own to help raise it on Mother Earth, and she, this, the solar system is also doing it. In fact
The
they're
love vibrations go throughout the universe.
yeah,
It just starts here. So it's
yeah,
you're right. Each one of us is super, super important that we
yeah,
hold that love in our heart
yeah,
because we're the ones that are doing the healing, people in this community.
Yeah.
yeah.
So pretty
And
brilliant.
I mean, it's mind blowing when you think about it. How much how far we've come just in 3 years.
Oh, I know, right?
It's amazing. Yeah, we have two super moons this month. That only
Right.
happens every 2 to 3 years too. So
Is that right? Let me
yeah,
see what it
August
says over here.
30th, it'll be
I just click on the outside
full moon in Pisces on the
Oh,
August
I want
30th.
that one.
on the white.
On the white. Sorry. Okay. So you want to talk about the sturgeon full moon first, for sure, right?
Mhm.
Of course, they're all connected.
It's all connected. Yeah, and each cycle, each gate and portal open up to another gate and portal. So in July, we had 3777 portals. That's unusual because we usually don't have 2023 there. So that was significant, saying this is, to me, this is what the universe is saying. This is, pay attention, because this is how we're bringing in this new energy.
Right.
And the Sirius uh, sun which is our spiritual sun, opens up around the beginning of July. Now, I don't even really acknowledge the dates anymore because in my guidance, they're telling me it's on. It is open because we're going to have a 9-9 portal. We're going to have a 10-10. We're going to have 11-11, so on, right? So,
Sure.
and next year will literally be 888 based on 2024.
Right.
So think how powerful that one will be. But in the meantime, we're receiving that information from the cosmos, from spirit, that where that comes in, all those the galactic center, the super galactic center, and it comes in and it flows down into the Sirius gateway, into Orion, because Orion's there, and we got Orion's belt. That those three stars line up over the
Are
pyramids
you
in
talking
Egypt.
about this one? How it the galactic? Where's our galactic
That's really
center?
cool. How you want me to talk about this one?
No, I thought that was you were talking about this one,
Well,
but
I'm
not.
talking about how the energy comes in. Now that's really a cool graph because that's showing us where we were to where we're going, and we're somewhere in the middle of that solar flash
Mhm.
part
What,
of
you
it,
put that
right?
back up?
Yeah, sure. Because it's important to see the progress. And I got this from Sun Psychic Jean. Thank you, Jean.
You
She
really
sent
are from Psychic James.
she sent this to me, and I was like, "Oh my God, I've been looking for something like that."
And
Right?
it's my understanding is we're just right at, I don't know if the arrow shows on TV or not, but right
It's
there
In
in
the
the
middle.
center, in
in the
the
center.
middle,
Yep, where
yeah,
that um that's so
flower
this
of life is.
the flower life. Yes, thank you. So
Yeah,
this is what we're all doing. We're bringing in that energy. We all got the divine guidance, right? Individually and humanitarian, collectively. So we all have these knowings of something's going on. Obviously, there's how many communities like this now? All these spiritual communities. Everyone knows. That, I shouldn't say everyone, but a lot of people know something is different with life now. Life is never going to be the same on Earth. Now, a lot of people, or half, I'd say less than half the population, thinks that we're in doom and gloom and we're just going to blow ourselves up. And it does can look like that if that's where your focus is. And this is kind of the most important thing with this Aquarius full moon. Where is your focus? Because if you're focusing on all the stuff that is being dismantled, right? Well, all the systems that are going down, you got to know that there's systems. There's I don't even want to call them systems. There's new structures coming in for humanity that's going to lift us into that higher vibration that it's these types of systems can't exist in.
that's
You know,
right.
so
But part of the reason that people are feeling so uncomfortable that are not awakened yet is that the high vibration makes them uncomfortable.
yeah.
They don't understand it, and it makes them uncomfortable, gives them the heebie-jeebies.
It does. It does. And it's an uncomfortable feeling because when I look over there, the lower vibration, it's not that it makes me uncomfortable anymore. It used to,
Hmm.
but now I just look at it like, I send them love. I wish they'd wake up. I hope that they get connected enough somehow to their soul and heart and understand. And I don't know how that's all going to play out. And from what my guides told me is that there are some, like you just said, the lower vibration cannot exist in a higher vibration. So there's just some people who aren't ascending, and that's no judgment. That's they
It's
want
just
to
not
do
their
another
time.
right. They just want to do another round on third dimension or wherever, But I was also told that we're not going to know this. Like we're going to be in that higher vibration. They could be around us, but we just don't know it. Like think of it right now. There's probably higher vibrating beings, and we all know that we have guides, guardians, and angels all around us, and we can't
All
really
around us all the
see them.
time.
Yeah. So
Like
it's
standing right here and I can't touch or feel them, but they're
exactly,
there.
exactly. So,
Exactly.
so Aquarius is the brilliance. So we've done a lot of clearing throughout, and let's just go back to the equinox. We've done a lot of clearing, which can't, and there's constant. That's not going to end because there's a lot to clear. We've had lifetimes of trauma and pain and abuse, and we're all getting to that point where, well, at least I feel like I am. It doesn't nothing triggers me anymore like that. I don't get triggered from anything in my past, and I think that's part of the evolution of
I
us.
agree. Things don't
Yes.
trigger me anything like they used to.
No,
It's very odd to get triggered now. And
yeah,
then I actually look at it and go, whoa, what was that about? And
yeah,
think about it, figure it out so I can get rid of it.
exactly. It's
And
like
that's the nice part is knowing when you're being triggered so you can go, whoa,
whoa, yeah.
that eagle's point of view.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, we're not coming back in here, and it's there's a lot of energies around us that do constantly try to pull us back down and get that response because fear and trauma and all that anger and stuff fuels that part of this dimension, but not
Mhm.
all of it, and we can all see through it. I mean, can't you see through everything now? You're just like, why are they even trying to
It makes me laugh
it does.
sometimes. It makes me laugh at like, you're really pulling that one on me?
Uh,
You're trying to get me with that? No,
it's so
not
crazy.
happening. The only thing that still triggers me are insane drivers. I have to admit,
Road
drivers can
rage.
sometimes,
Yeah.
but even now, it's still not like it used to be.
Mm-mm. No.
Let me
And
see what the first slide said about the full moon. You all right?
Mm.
Spirit watcher.
Just develop a cough.
So the second full supermoon of 2023 taking place in the fixed air sign of Aquarius. The full moon is shedding light on your innovative thoughts, perspectives, and the way you challenge traditional ways of existing,
Ah,
which we are all doing, aren't we?
yeah.
And Aquarius energy is less about taking physical action and is more about shifting your perspective on outdated ways.
Right.
The sole purpose is to liberate you from a limited belief or way of thinking that may be rooted in ego or a desire for external acceptance and validation.
And
Interesting.
wow. And that's so true because the age of Aquarius, we are all in the front runners of that, and we are creating these new systems. I don't even. I keep saying systems, new structures that
Well, there
humanity.
are new structures and new systems, so you're right both ways.
Yeah. So we're the ones doing it, and just think of all the people who have created brilliant things. That, like we always talk about the kid in the ocean pulling all the plastic out.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's the type of things. But see, with this full moon, and it isn't until August 1st, and it's at 2:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So adjust for your time zone. Um, that we're building up to this, right? But this Aquarius is that genius, that brilliance, like the things we always ask, well, how can we fix that or do this or something in our lives? Those that'll come in really good with Aquarius. Um, it, it's it, it's going to be amazing, I think, because okay, we have Mars and Mercury in Virgo. Okay, so that's about Mercury again is about the details. In Virgo, it's about the details, like the minute details. How are we going to do this? Mars is going to
Let's double down on detail time.
yes, yeah.
Okay.
But don't get too caught up in it. Leave room for the magic to happen. But that Mars and Mercury are really going to help us out. And that's Earth. That's creating. They're both in Virgo, an earth sign, right? So it's going to help us create that and bring those thoughts that Aquarius is bringing down to us or that we already have and helping us make it real on
Right.
this plane of existence. And, and, geez, we got we have Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus, also thinking outside the box with Uranus there. Jupiter's emphasizing it, expanding that, bringing and that those unique ideas into the plane of existence with Taurus, right? And next April they're going to be conjunct, and that's really going to be a nice aspect for us. But we're building up, right? We build, and we every month we go through the moons, the new moons, the full moons. We have that Pluto. Pluto's in the Capricorn right now, 28 degrees retrograde. And I'm only bringing that up because of the nodes that just changed. They went from Taurus, Scorpio, and they're now Aries, Libra. So on it's a T square, and it's going to be that way with Pluto until November. But we want to think of so it's a whole new nodal cycle every 19 years, and this is new, like everything in the solar system, in the cosmos, is telling us all this is new energy that we're bringing, that's coming in. We get to play with it, manipulate that energy with our magic, and create the things that are beneficial to humanity.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, but when Pluto does change to Aquarius in January, and he'll be there 9 months, and he'll go back one more time. Uh, that's when we'll just have more. Each time we'll have more information, because I don't know if you felt it when he went into Aquarius. He was just there for a little bit. It really felt good. It felt different.
It did. It felt like a relief almost.
Yeah, and then he went back, and it's the same old.
Yep.
Uh, systems, because Capricorn rules all the systems, all the things that are not, and showing us what's not working for
Right.
humanity. So that there's an important. So we're at this, each moon, each aspect, each portal, as we're coming into the 888 portal, opens up more information. More information comes in, and 888 is obviously in Leo season. It's talking about your heart. Connect to your heart. And I can't say this enough. It, self-love and acceptance is so beneficial to the whole of humanity, to this whole process. If you don't
Mm-hmm.
love yourself and accept yourself, and you want to care for everyone else, I mean, that's a nice thought, but you have to care for yourself first.
And we keep expounding on that self
Yeah.
care. And yesterday we read cards for the entire show.
Hmm.
And I can't tell you how many times rest and rejuvenate, rest and recover, rest, balance. It was all about that.
Hmm.
Self care was very evident. Apparently, we all don't do it enough. We
Yeah,
don't take care of
we
ourselves enough.
don't. Or it's unusual. It feels funny, because now I do put a lot of care and thought into whatever it is I'm doing, and I only
Yes, much
really,
more so than ever before.
right, and I never did that before. I just did what I had to get through the day,
Hmm.
that type of thing. Um, but with Venus in Leo, and it just went retrograde, and it's going to stay there until doesn't clear its highest degree until like October 4th. So with Leo in the sun is the heart. Venus in Leo, Venus by itself is what you love. I mean, the
Right.
everything from A to Z, and her being in Leo, it is. This is, we have to get this message: self love, self love. And what is it you're focusing on? That focus thing is so important right now. It's like every time I turn around, I hear the word focus, and I know it's my guides making sure I explain all this to people, that I
Right.
do talk to. And we could, there's nothing wrong with watching the news, there's nothing wrong with catching up, but to to live there 24/7 is not doing you any good, and it's not doing humanity any good. Our focus is our attention, our is on our energy. Our focus is our energy focus. Our energy is everything. If we're just not consciously aware of where we're placing our energy, and it, we make ourselves upset by the things we look at.
We do.
Yeah, you
We
know.
do.
I don't know. It's quite important right now to, especially these meditation, these alone times that goes along with this self focus. Aquarius, this energy is bringing in that, when you're meditating, or you could be, I don't know, doing the dishes. All of a sudden you get this brilliant idea, and you got to go write it down.
Yeah.
This is the time to write these down and look at it again in a little while, because it's going to matter. Our guides, guardians, angels, our higher self, our teams are coming in with messages for us to clearly, we all have an individual path. And so it matters to us individually where we're going with that. But most of us here want to be healed. We are healers. We are readers. We are trying to help and uplift humanity. And it's these are things. It's so hard for me to explain it, because these are things that there's not even a name for it. It's not even defined yet. These things that we'll be doing. We do the healing that we know, Reiki, energy healing, but there's other things coming in, other ways of being of service coming in. I don't know. Are you feeling anything like that with your guides?
Yes. With all the information that's coming in right now, absolutely.
A lot of it's how we behave to others.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
So
Yeah. There's so many. I think there's actually, we're all going to have a new gift
yes.
over the ones that we have already, things that we've never even contemplated before, I
Mhm.
think are coming into us. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah. And it's funny, because we woke up, right? We met each other. We all realized oh wow, something's going on here. I'm psychic. I do know things or whatever. But and you saw at that time, at least I did. Oh my God, I hit the lottery here. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I finally figured out what I'm doing here. But to then be told
Yeah.
there's even more coming, it's really makes me speechless. It really does, because I don't know what that is.
I don't know when it's coming, but I do
Mhm.
feel like we're coming out of a tunnel into the light
Yes.
somehow. And I don't know if it has to do with this Lionsgate portal or others. Don't know.
And well, and it's all built up on each other, right?
Yeah, one on the top of the other.
Yeah, every
Because we've
month.
been getting these heavy downloads for the last 2 or 3 years.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but me almost daily.
Yes.
Yeah.
Me too.
I don't know what most of them mean. I don't have a clue what they're doing, but it's
And
almost
that-
daily.
We'll know when it's time.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's kind of the key. It's like you're getting things, and like I track it, I write things down. It'll come back up a couple of times, then I know it's significant. They want me to know about that, right?
Yeah.
But that's the really cool part, is that it is preparing us for the next phase. And I honestly, I just, I don't
This
even
is
know.
fun. Tabitha says that she's expecting new gifts in reading animals. And then Jan's free. She's asking if there's anything we should be doing on 8/8.
Well, that's a good question, because it's a good day to manifest for abundance. Now, that could be abundance. You wanted your psychic gifts to come through. There's all kinds of different abundance manifestations. I use a lot of yellow stones, gold stones. I make a little grid and, bless it with my intention. and spirit. Always call in your spirit guides. Sunstone is really good for this 888. Amber, um,
Citrine.
pyrite, citrine, pyrite. There's who else is gold? Let's see what else I got here. Carnelian. You can use those. I've already made it. I should have took a picture. I'll take a picture and put it on my community page.
Oh, good idea.
You can see
Great.
it. And I have all little stones and I have little things that mean things to me, but it's usually just for me to, of course, we all want to have enough to our basic needs are covered. It's not so much a money or a dollar figure. It's about having the things that I enjoy in my life,
Yeah.
oil and things like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
You know, candles, things. Yeah, candle ceremony, Diana. And Nancy Jean's doing a candle ceremony right now. I think she started today for the 888 gateway, and she does a 9 candle ceremony.
Hmm.
That's another thing you can do. I also do a lot. You can garden, you know, plant. I don't know. There's some things you can plant now. I'm sure. But if you plant any seeds, put your intention into that seed and into the dirt, because, and this is really a good point. We all are kind of in the birth canal. We're in this dark space that's just magic, right? It's creating something. We're not sure what. We kind of have an idea of the abilities and skills we do have, and that, like Tabitha said, is she's getting animal healing or communication in hers, and it's really just a matter of asking. you know I want to
Yeah.
learn how to communicate with animals. I want to know how to heal animals. You ask your guides anything, and they will make it happen for you. And these energies are just so powerful right now. uh, the 9 candles, like, light a candle every day, say an intention, even if you can't watch Nancy Jean's thing. That you just need to have,
You can do it yourself.
yeah,
Absolutely.
you and your information in a candle, or however you want to do it. um I work with a lot of crystals, so that's all personal. Everybody has their own preferences. See, Jay's wearing yellow, blue, and red tiger's eye. That's a very potent stone too for the Lion's Gate tiger's eye.
Right.
Trying to see, but whew, we just have we, and it's constantly this question is being asked to us in every aspect. Are you choosing fear or are you choosing love?
It's really that simple.
Mhm.
It's either love or fear. There's no in between.
No,
It's crazy.
it
I choose
is.
love.
Yes.
Love,
Oh,
love, love, love.
yeah,
Thank you.
Anything
yeah,
but fear.
yes.
Yeah.
We lived in fear for a long time. I know I did. I know
Bred
y'all
that
did.
way. We
Yeah,
are programmed to live in fear.
and that's a good point too. To remove the programming, to undo the programming, and put in the programs you want
That's a
is,
great thing to manifest right
yeah,
now. Is
yes,
losing that fear, letting go of fear.
yeah. And it's something we have been doing over the last 3 years, longer, but especially, and and now that we can feel that it's like we can breathe. We're in the light. We can feel lighter. We see the light. We
Hmm.
know how much information we're getting. It is a matter of uh, honing that into your specific preferences. But you have to undo that old crap to bring in the new. I like how this says this. Sirius is our spiritual sun, and all that energy just comes flowing into our solar system. Let me see what else it says. Now, August, the end of August, there's something interesting going on. That Here it is. On the 23rd, the sun will enter Virgo, and Mercury in Virgo will go direct. I mean, retrograde. Sorry.
When?
on the 23rd. So on the 23rd, the sun goes into Virgo and Mercury in Virgo goes retrograde.
Right.
So, okay, so we know that all the retrogrades, and this is a normal time of year where we get a lot of planets in retrograde. I think we'll have 7 by the end of the month. And that's bringing us more information, though. Every
We'll have,
time,
wait, 7 planets retrograde by the end of the month.
yeah.
Doesn't that bring about a lot of chaos?
Well, but that's what it's designed to do for people who are not aware, right? They have to go.
That sounds like my birth chart.
Yes.
And it's hard. It's hard being born with those charts and then going through all this time and going, whoa, but this is cool. I ended up here. I had no idea I was going to end up here.
Nope. None whatsoever.
Uh-uh. But every time we get the retrogrades, right? The retrogrades bring us more information, bring more information to humanity as a whole. We're seeing a lot of things, and we're going to see even more about exposing the things that aren't life affirming for all of us.
Right. Not for the highest good of all of us.
Right.
Almost 333. Make a wish. I wish for world peace.
I send the love out. But then on the 28th, we have Uranus and Taurus trining that Mercury Virgo. So what does that mean? Uranus is like the higher octave of Mercury.
Right.
Okay, so he's the cosmic consciousness, where Virgo is our earthly consciousness. Mercury is our earthly consciousness, our intellect here.
Right.
But that's just showing us that even more information is going to be pouring in from Uranus, who rules Aquarius. So they're always tied in and woven in together. It's really a beautiful dance of energies. Let's see what else we got. That is okay. So look out for new information around then. Well, all months.
It sounds like this month is actually jam-packed full of all kinds of stuff happening.
And it's like that every month, right? Every time we get together and we talk about it, it is so, it's phenomenal. The information coming in, the energies, and we can see it playing out. Like that's why I watch the news. I like to see how things are playing out. Oh, there's Pluto in Capricorn, or there's this, just see it like that.
Yeah.
And I make a game out of it, but it's not a fun game anymore. It's really boring to me, like what's going on in the world. Trump and all that stuff, it just bothers me. It's like, oh, right, already. Get rid of this man, or do something about it. I don't know. So that's I think, going to be a big part of the information we do here in the external about, God bless you,
Thank you.
Trump and all that stuff. And I don't know how many court cases he has now, but till he passes, he's going to be in court cases. That's just all there is to it. Let's see what else. Okay, now Venus in retrograde in Leo, that's a big one. And do you know the last time that happened was 1812? That it was
of 1812.
Exactly. So now that's the next part of this I want to bring in. That was the last time Venus was fully in Leo and then retrograded fully in Leo. There was another time, 1772. So what was happening then?
Before the revolution.
Right. Now the chart now where Pluto is, he's going back to 27. I can't remember the minutes, but he's going back to 27 degrees, where was Pluto during the formation of America. 27 degrees Pluto.
Wow. So we're reforming our country.
Recreating it.
It.
Better.
Restructuring, right? Yeah. Because
recreating in a higher vibration.
Right. Because he'd already hit the 27 degree mark, I want to say a year and a half ago. I don't have the date in front of me.
When things started coming out, really,
Yeah,
the last couple of years.
Mars that was in that chart, and the same. Was it Neptune? There's 3 planets, and then we had the moon came through. It's just crazy how this is all culminating. But for it to go back just to 27 degrees, Pluto and Capricorn, that's saying something about, because this is going to happen while Venus is retrograde Leo. He's going to hit that 27 degrees by October 4th. I don't have that date on. I have it somewhere, but I don't know where.
Hey, oil painter, what's the date?
Yeah.
He's in the room.
Hey, Diana.
Yeah, she said Pluto 2758 in it.
58. Okay. Thank you. We are on the same team. I love listening to everybody's stuff. So that is interesting in itself. That and we know what's coming up. So that kind of us versus them, that division of
It's going to go away.
Yeah. It's not as heavy, but it is in its own way heavy, right? Because it is that mentality. A lot of those people want to take our rights away, want to take a lot of the things that America stands for, and they've already done it to a few things that we didn't think would ever get, access to abortion, things like that. Now, I believe it's going to come back. It's going to be even a stronger law than it was, because body autonomy is your, without that you don't have
anything,
right? Yeah. So that's going to be really a significant this next year and a half. And once we get to that end of 2025, beginning of 2026, we're going to have all that information from now until then mixed in the mix, that's making this beautiful symphony, that we're creating this new world with. But that old wants to hold on and hang on us, like yanking us down. And I'm just so sick of it. Sorry.
Yes. I think we all are.
Yeah.
At least awakened folk and most women are tired of being second-class citizens. It's time to change.
Yeah. Oh, so bad. No. Every year we have the eclipse season. So this will be in October, on October 14th and 28th. Again, that's going to bring in more information. And I do believe by then we'll have more clarity on the January 6th stuff, on who's being going to court for that.
Right. I did not know that Jay had a channel.
Yes.
Congratulations, Jay.
Yes.
Check out this young lady. She's a wonderful reader. Yes. Very intuitive. Definitely check her out.
He stations direct under Aquarius. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. He stations direct on October 11th, enters Aquarius.
What's he talking about?
Leo? Or Pluto?
Pluto?
Well, I know the Pluto and Aquarius. And okay, so then are you saying Pluto stations direct on October 11th? So then he stations direct at 27 degrees, right? 2750, what'd you say, 58?
Yes.
Okay, so that's when this, okay, so at 2758, and he's going direct on October 11th. October 14th is the first eclipse, and then October 28th is the second one. So you see how this is spirit. It's just brilliant, lines it up, because this is going to open all that stuff up.
Wait a minute. She changed that.
Sorry, he enters Aquarius on November 9th. But he's direct. Okay. He enters. Okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I'm really confused now.
Well, it takes a minute for them to go. So when he goes direct on October 11th, it has to be when he's 27.
In 2023?
No,
Yeah.
2024.
And then what is the November 9th then?
That's the second. That's next
That's
year.
when he goes and stays, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll on October 11th he'll turn direct. He'll still be in Capricorn. Won't get out of Capricorn until January. The end of January. I think it was January 21st.
Mhm.
But see,
And he
all
goes
that
back
time,
and forth until the November 9th, and he finally goes direct.
right? But he's not like the next time. Once he gets past 1 degree, this time he only goes back to 29 Capricorn, and this matters. I know it seems like a bunch of gibberish, but like this time he's going back 27 degrees, right at that point where America became America. So
Right.
that's why we talk about it like we do, because it is significant, and
It's a revolution. It has to do
Yeah.
with revolution.
right.
There'll be a lot of changes in the government.
Well, there will be, because once we have the election in 2024, more positive things will start happening in 2025.
Yes, yes, and you know that they're going to drag that election out like they did the last time, and it's but
Have no fear. Have no
Yeah.
fear. It's going to be okay.
right,
We're going to be fine.
right, and they just want to pump up the fear,
They just want to pump up the fear.
and we all there's so many of us know
Last-ditch
better.
efforts. Last efforts by the misogyny.
Yep.
Yeah, the death throes.
That's what it is.
It is.
Because it's changing. There's nothing they can do about it, and they're just.
But they're still trying. They're going to go down fighting.
I mean,
Yeah.
look at Mitch McConnell in the medical shape
Oh
that
my
he's in right
God.
now,
And he won't give up.
and he won't give up. I mean, oh my God. How many times you got to be hit in the head, literally falling on your face for you to figure out you're too old? You need to go home and retire.
Doesn't it kind of remind you of somebody with an addiction? Like they don't get it because they are
It's a
addicted
power
to the
addiction.
power. Yeah.
It's a power addiction for sure.
And pretty soon we're going to have all those people that have been there for, they're dinosaurs. How long have they been there for?
They are dinosaurs. Trying to let the younger generations get in there.
Right?
So all you young cronettes out there, get your youngsters to vote. We need
Everybody.
everybody with a brain to vote.
I don't even know how anyone could vote for any of them. They're telling you.
But they do. People
Yeah.
do.
I know. I don't get it.
And they're trying to raise the voting age so they can't.
Yeah, of course.
They're
Any
just
kind of manipulation to stop equality.
What a nice name.
Yes. The times they are changing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good song to think about.
It
Yeah.
is. It's so cool.
I love that song. I thought that times were changing in the
Then
late 60s.
they're still changing. Haven't finished yet.
Yeah.
They never finish, do they?
No.
It just keeps changing and changing and changing.
Well, they got interfered with, because that systems and control, domination and control kind of took over. And
Absolutely.
yeah, they're it played out the way it did. And I'm really curious to see how the rest of it unfolds.
Me too. I'm super curious.
There's so much that's going to be revealed to us. And the things that have already been revealed to us. That's why I don't think they're going to have that many votes. I don't know.
And look at on a totally different subject from that particular politic is the UFO politics.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Whoever thought the Senate would be talking about it, or Congress talking about it like they did last week? So I may not believe in all the stuff that they had to say in that. I believe in a very little of it of what the government tells you, but nevertheless, UFOs are now in Congress being talked about, and it is an opening to
disclosure.
Yeah.
full disclosure, which I think is going to happen by 2025.
Yeah.
I don't
Me
know.
too.
I don't know how or why I think that, but that's what I think.
I know. I think so many of us have seen UFOs. We know
Mhm.
that they exist.
Without
Yeah.
Um,
My dad used to tell me about him when I was a little kid. He was a
mm,
pilot for American Airlines, and he
mhm.
would tell me and my little sister about it, and even my granddaughter.
Aw.
Yeah, I mean my daughter, not my granddaughter.
That's
He was
good to see.
talking to her. Coyote, I thought about it in the '60s too. I used to sing that song. Bob Dylan was one of my favorites back then.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
I
Times
was
are
very
changing.
into folk
I like
music.
Tangled Up in Blue. That's kind
That's
of
it.
where we're at.
Yeah, we are. So, what do you have meditations that you do for Lionsgate or anything? Do you have any recommendations for rituals or anything like that?
I do. I was been doing this. I had everything with Buddy going on. That I do my meditations every day. I don't. There was one who that was Sage Goddess, I think, last year, because she does a big one every year for the 8/8, and that's
But
who I
lighting a
do.
candle and doing intentions, that's different.
Sure.
That's
We and believing in your own magic, believing that I light this candle right here, and speak into existence that what I'm asking for
Hmm.
is powerful as anyone else doing it for you.
Absolutely.
We have to realize that, and that's what this Leo thing's about. Really, is how you are your own power, and I don't mean power over anybody or you know
No, it was actually talking about, I think it was this one.
receiving prophetic messages in your dreams. That's going to be in waking in dreams.
new
Right.
things. We're seeing lots of things. In the last week, I've seen lots of synchronicities and signs that I'm not by myself, that there's somebody
Right.
around. So if I'm seeing them, and sometimes I'm blind, but if I'm seeing them, I know they're there.
Yeah.
Everybody else should also be seeing them.
Hmm.
Yeah. I
And
like this lion. It says, meowing time is over. It's time to roar.
I
I thought
love
that
it.
was beautiful. It's a time to roar about what you want. You're
Hmm.
speaking your truth.
And did you see how that lion looked? Like he
Yes,
wasn't.
very
He,
human, actually.
yeah.
Very
It
human.
is
I love his
how
blue
he.
eyes. He's got a sign over his third eye, and
Mhm.
he
He
has
almost looks like a
a
wise man.
halo. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what we are. We are wise beings. We're ancient. We live for eternity as spirit. We pick up bodies here and there, and we play that out. But we came here for a few. I don't know how many, more than a few lifetimes, and we had everything removed from us. That knowledge that is exactly how Leo wants us to remember. This is you are you are the master of you, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Nobody else is.
yeah. And that I really like that look on his face, that
I
knowing,
do too.
that
I think that's
knowing he knows, and we're all remembering, right? And we're helping each other remember, and we're at the same time we're receiving gifts and abilities and skills and going, well, no, what am I going to do with that? Nobody likes that. Now, look, I remember saying that in the 80s, going, nobody will ever, they'll just lock me up. Here we
yeah,
are now, you know?
yes. Absolutely. So
Hmm.
Janet C had a question. What goddess was that at Illumination Portal? I don't know what goddess she's talking about.
God is an
Can you
illumination.
explain, Janet C? We don't know what you're talking about, the goddess.
I just put all kinds of pictures up. I collect the pictures. I love them. I don't know which one I put up last. I almost got to go to Woodstock as a child, and my mom decided not to go with her brother because he went into these people's vans she didn't know. So that's pretty. I was okay.
Um,
I'll forgive you for
my
that.
parents were not excited about me hitchhiking across the country to go.
And I lived
to it,
close
so I
enough to
didn't
be
go.
able to go, but was not allowed.
Did you go, Priscilla?
No, no, I could
Oh,
not
I
go.
thought you
No,
My
went.
parents were like, "You're
my
no,
parents said, "You're not going anywhere near there."
No. I was
no
like,
way." I
Mom,
wish I had. I wanted to so bad.
I always wanted that. I used to be mad at my mom, and then she told me the story, and I'm like, okay, well, okay, that makes sense.
It's all right.
Safety first.
Yeah,
And which other? Did we go through all the slides?
we did, except for this. The very last one was
That
this one, which is really, I swear, it's my favorite slide lately because
ever?
it's just
Yeah.
so graphic and tells you exactly where we are and
Hmm.
how we got here and pretty much where we're going.
And the spiral.
And
I would
how,
love.
yeah, and how the universe is in a spiral
Mhm.
shape and how we keep moving. It's I think that's fascinating. If there's anything you can explain about it, it's
I
awesome.
would love to have everybody have this. Well, kind of in the back there, 2000 is dark ages for some. And here, let me see. Okay, that crossing the galactic center. Now, that's another important date. Was the 2012 where the Mayan calendar ended, right? And there
Right.
wasn't a new calendar. It was well, nothing happened.
It was
Or
just starting over.
right,
It
it
was
was
just
just starting
starting over,
over.
but to the new age.
Right,
Yeah.
and and
It
the
was a new
Mayan,
beginning.
yeah, and the Mayan New Year is July 26th. The last day of the Mayan years, July 24th. And July 25th is a day at a time.
Right.
Those are like, when you know those things, those are powerful days to do magic, to do ceremony, to light your candles, to do your intentions,
I'm not
to,
familiar with the day at a time. I never heard that until you told me about that.
yeah.
Can you explain it to people what that means?
I really don't even know how the Mayans got to that. They're just, I have this one thing that's was explaining it. Let's see. And the only reason my dog passed that day, and I wasn't sure what day it was. I knew it was a hard day. I didn't know the astrology, none of that till after the fact.
Right.
And I'm like, oh my God, a day at a time. Now, animals are very magical, but anyone passing on that day, a human, animal, it just seemed really significant. And my guides showed this to me a couple times. And then I find this thing that was explaining the Mayan day at a time. But the only thing I understood from it, I guess it's because of the days in the year, right, Diana? Because 360, like technically, we have 13 moons.
Yes. Yes.
So, okay, so this month we will have a super moon, right? A blue moon. Excuse me. That will put that 13th moon in there. But when they messed with the calendars, I don't know how the calendar was prior to, like, I can't read the Mayan calendar. I'm gonna have to say all those all those circles and stuff.
Oh, my
And
sister learned to do that. She knew how to do the astrology. She learned
wow,
all about the Mayan calendar back in 2010, 2011, 2012. She was amazing, the information she got out of that. Maybe I'll introduce her to you and she could explain
yeah, I would
because
love to
I
learn.
don't remember.
Oh my God, I would love to learn because if we have 13 moons, and this is kind of how if I get it correctly, I could be wrong, how they kind of disempowered the divine feminine, because this is a major thing going on. We're balancing our divine feminine and our
Yes.
divine masculine. But by making the year only a 12-month instead of 13, I, over a lot of research I've read, has took that moon out of the, well, made it in 1 month, right? 2 moons in 1 month, which I felt like when they were describing it was disempowering the divine feminine in some way.
Well, they've been doing that for thousands of
For
years.
thousands.
Surprised that that's the way the Gregorian calendar works.
Right. So, and how long's the Gregorian calendar been in existence? Pretty
Couple
long.
thousand years.
Mhm.
How many?
I think about 2,000 years.
Yeah.
That's where, how we came up with
Right.
2023. That's
And the cool thing when I was looking at what the calendars were like before that, it's like depending on the region you lived in, they each had their own way of deciphering the seasons and time. But if you think about it, it makes sense because if you're planting food and harvesting food, it's not going to be the same
exactly.
all over the world, right? So,
Oh, that's
I-
interesting, Warrior Girl. I didn't know that.
what'd she say? That is so cool.
Interesting.
Now,
Well,
Okay.
the Mayan calendar, interestingly enough, was sectioned off into the 12,000 year, 26,000 year cycle. It's all there. And even into the, I think there was a 5,000 year, 5,100 year cycle, 5,200 year cycle as part of it all. So they were dead nuts on target.
Exactly. And the details on how they did. I mean, it's mind blowing when you look at how they did all that. And that's just by watching the sky with no telescope. Think about.
I don't know about that. I kind of think that the Mayans had help from extra dimensional.
Yeah.
I believe that they were, their
Familiar with
vibration was high enough that they were familiar with the sky people.
Yeah.
And that the sky people helped them with the astrology.
And I think they're in their drawings.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They do have the sky people, don't they? In their drawing.
Yeah. You can see one in the guy that's in the
Spaceship.
It looks like you see it in a spaceship. It's a little gold. It looks like a gold airplane is what it looks like. And then there's another that's just a carved thing that looks like he's in the spaceship.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, it is. I want to know more about that.
I know. It's like so much we don't know, right? And that's kind of one of the well, it is a challenge, right? We try to put all this information together to make it make sense, to understand, to get some kind of idea of what's coming, right? Because, well, I think we all can feel something is coming, and it's pretty big. And you go,
but I don't know where it's coming from or what it's going to be, good or bad, even.
Yeah.
Right. So,
although I don't feel any fear about it, I don't feel anxious about, except for that I want it to happen. Just do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't tell us. Just do it.
Come on now, hurry up. That's what I keep saying. I don't care what it is.
So we're at 1 hour. What do you have to sum it all up, I guess?
Oh, okay.
What do we need to be doing this week for sure?
Definitely go in, take that time, listen to your guidance. You get things in your head, write it down, because this is brilliance coming in. Genius, and it's Leo and Aquarius are across the wheel, right? And Leo's heart-centered, Aquarius is the genius, outside of the box thinker. So we will automatically be using our heart to go forward with. And then this new information that's coming in, right? And with Venus and Leo too, all this new information coming in is just going to be really, it's significant, what I keep hearing. And then we have that Mercury and Mars in Virgo who are helping us clarify the details, clarify what steps need to go next. And this is, again, individually in the head and the heart.
Yes, the head and the heart. We have to learn how to mesh those two so that they work together. What's that word? Symbiotically? Is that right? So so they mesh and aren't fighting each other.
Well, now
sometimes my head and heart fight.
That's one thing I was taught to do, and that was just a kind of a quick meditation. You go in, you get yourself in that meditative state. You're laying down, and you connect your heart to all your chakras. Connect down into Mother Earth, connect to your soul star, connect to your root, your orange, your sacral, all of them. But once you have that heart and your mind, third eye connected, and the crown, that makes that all that information works for your heart, coming from no matter where. Some people feel things in their gut, right? Psychically.
Mhm.
That means to me, and if you're accurate, that you're connected your solar plexus, your sacral to your heart, and you understand how to um, you understand that information that comes into you when
Right.
you're doing that. So by doing that, that would be good to do on the 8/8. But there's a thousands. I've been seeing the meditations and things coming through for
Just Google.
yeah.
Google it. A meditation, you'll find something. There is so much information out there these days. That's the good part of the web.
Mhm.
It's being
Mhm.
able to find things within minutes
And
Oh,
and find people as well.
yeah. Oh, and the lower vibration, because they say that's the lower vibration of Aquarius is IT taking over, right? Or AI. I'm sorry, I hate AI taking
Yeah.
over. But really, AI doesn't have a heart. So how's it going to take over? And that's we're all heartless and soulless. So I think that will work for that group of people,
There's AI out there in the universe.
right?
What do you think the grays are? They're
Right.
AI, aren't they? They're AI. So I don't think we really have anything to worry about other than crooked men doing nefarious things with them.
And
And
those are
no,
the
I agree.
I believe they're heartless and soulless. They're not even really men. I don't know what they are, but they don't have a heart and they don't have a soul. To be human, you have to have both.
Mhm.
And when you look at someone whose cruelty is beyond something that you can even fathom, and go, how is that a human? How is that a person?
I know.
Because
People like Putin and Trump,
right,
and yeah, I don't get
it
it.
doesn't make sense. So to me, my guides kind of explained it like that, where they are heartless, soulless, and maybe not human. Just look it. But that the other thing I wanted to bring up was that T square with Pluto in the nose.
Okay.
Figure out that the Aries on the higher vibrational side would be a consciousness warrior. You don't want to be a warrior where you're battling over, like the old battle stuff, right?
Right.
Libra in the higher vibration is about balance and justice and fairness and right relationships, and but keep those in mind as we're going forward. But I think everyone here already does that. So kind of see, y'all are already doing this.
Reminders don't hurt. Reminders never hurt. It's all good.
Yeah, it's cool. It's
So
really
what
cool.
are what are your next shows? I know you're going to be on tonight, right?
No, Kate and I did postpone till next Sunday
Okay.
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 because I did overbook. I wasn't paying attention with what was going on last week. But I have Diana on my channel Tuesday night talking about this because that's the night of the super full moon. And
Perfect. So please go over to Val's channel and watch her and Diana OL Painter discuss this further,
yeah,
probably from a different perspective.
and I did get asked to go on Linda G's channel, so I'll be on
Awesome.
her channel on Saturday afternoon, like at 2.
Next Saturday.
Yeah. So
Oh,
we're
that's
gonna talk.
wonderful.
Yeah,
That's
we're
great.
gonna talk about unconditional love. So
I love it.
That's good.
yeah.
Fantastic.
And then Sun Psychic Jean and I will be together on next Sunday doing the 12 universal spiritual laws, getting more in detailed with that
You're going to
because
go like one or two laws a show and do a whole
Mhm.
series on it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
And
haven't.
then Jay says she and Kate are on tomorrow. Is that
Yes,
on your channel, Jay, or Kate's?
Kate's, and it's
Kate's channel.
oh, put the name of this show, Jay. It's really because Jay's a healer. Jay, she went to I can't remember where she went to school, but to learn all her, she knew she was psychic. She knew she had abilities, and I forget the name of the school you went to, Jay, but like literal degree in metaphysics.
Wow,
You
cool.
know, um,
I knew she was talented AF, but I didn't know she went to school for it. That's amazing. But you
she,
know, we all have different training in our background. I had a healing training from Eric Pearl's Reconnective Healing, but
yeah,
Heather never had training, has just been a natural healer all her
yeah.
life.
Hmm. And see, and that's what, like, I don't want to make it seem like, because I have a lot of certificates too. I've done this, done that, but it is Southwest Institute of Healing Arts. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, Jay.
Yeah, so they're gonna do it's called, I can't remember the name of the show. It's a healing show talking about healing.
Awesome.
Um, and that starts tomorrow night.
That
And
sounds
yeah,
all right then. Well, you guys, thanks for coming and
Thank you very
joining us.
much.
Valerie, thank you so much for being here. We just love your monthly visits.
As usual, you were exceptional.
aw, you guys are exceptional. Thank you.
Everybody go out, shine your light, be your true self, speak your truth, and share the love you've got
And take
with the
care of
world.
yourselves.
And please, please, please take care of yourselves. You know it's important. We're no good if we don't take care of ourselves.
Mhm.
Try anybody else. So
Our
we
heart
love you all. We'll see you next
Bye-bye.
time. Thanks for being here. And we love you, Valerie.